how are you doing? And I mean, like, honestly, how are you doing? I've been talking to a lot of people these days, and there seems like many of us have been experiencing some incredible emotional turmoil, roller coaster ride like experiences. If you have any type of emotional discomfort during these times, if you have felt less than good, or if you just want to feel better, this video is for you. I'm going to share very briefly a concept that I probably learned originally from Abraham-Hicks, which is an amazing mentor. It's the concept of having resistance. And when we're talking about emotions, you may ask yourself, if you're not feeling really good about something, if you're not feeling as good as you know you can at any time, it doesn't matter what the topic is, it doesn't matter who is involved, doesn't matter how deeply you are within it, or how shallow it feels, or how distant you are from it. The question is, do you feel less than good? If so, when you do, or if you do, you may have what is called some resistance. And this is not really a question. You have resistance if you're feeling bad. What are you having resistance to, though? And this is the real question, because you are meant to feel good. You're fundamentally designed to feel amazingly good. Just like you install a alarm system in your living area to tell you if there's a potential for fire, your emotional system is designed with an alarm called negative emotion. Unfortunately, not many of us know how to deal with that alarm in a proper way where you can use it to your benefit. So what is happening is that you're actually having resistance to that natural flow of good feelings. In electricity, we know this. When you have a material that conducts energy well, for example, the body is actually an amazingly it's a great conductor of electrical energy. I'm not an electrician. I'm not an expert in these types of words, but this is just a fact. Like, your body leads electricity, it conducts electricity, just like copper, just like some types of metal. And when you have resistance in electricity, that means that the flow, the current of electricity, that flow is inhibited in some way. That is what resistance means. It can be used to generate heat. And you'll notice this if you ever felt uncomfortable in social situations, or you feel like some major emotional blockage, that resistance creates a lot of heat. At least for me, I noticed when I was scared of talking to people, when I was that at some point in my life, or when I am, I can notice how the body creates a lot of heat. I can begin to sweat, and it's not really a comfortable feeling. But it's the same concept. You have resistance, the electrical flow, your emotional flow of well-being is resisted, and it creates heat instead of flowing freely. It's not up to speed. The current is not up to speed. It's not a current flow of electricity. And now the question becomes, how can we use this to manage our emotions? First of all, the first thing to notice is, if you have resistance, whenever you feel a negative emotion, just acknowledge, okay, I'm having resistance to something here. There is something that I am flowing. My thoughts are having some resistance. I am hung up on something. I'm not letting that flow move freely. I'm hung up. I'm resisting it. I'm inhibiting it. You see? So you acknowledge that there is some resistance. Then you could try to find the resistance, exactly what it is, exactly what thought it is. But the good thing is, you don't have to locate it. This is the great thing. You may get amazing benefit from locating it, and you can do it. But in my experience, when I feel less than good, I don't necessarily have to investigate deeply what it is. I just know that I'm resisting that pure flow of good feeling emotions. I know that whatever I'm thinking, whatever energy I'm flowing in my body, whatever I'm thinking, whatever vibration I'm vibrating, these words may not make sense to you if you haven't studied them, but the concept is whatever I'm thinking, if there I'm thinking thoughts that create resistance in my emotional system. And now it becomes very relevant to reconnect with what helps your energy to flow beautifully. And in electricity, they use a word called resonance. And this is amazing. I just looked up this word. Resonance in electricity means that the current flows at its maximum potential. There is virtually no resistance, and the current is flowing at its maximum potential. So this is what we want. We want resonance. And what is the thing you're resonating with? I know I'm using overlapping terms for the word resonance here, but if you get this, you will have a really easy time in the future to practice feeling better. Resonance is when you acknowledge what truly feels good to you. You remind yourself of who you are, what you enjoy, and you look for the gold. You look the gold. You see, gold is a great conductor of electricity. Looking for the gold means to look for what you enjoy, what you like, what can you appreciate. You see, it starts with that conscious awareness, where you enter awareness, you register that you feel something negative, you feel some resistance, and you're like, oh, I feel resistance. Well, that means um, that I'm not flowing energy in a proper way. So how can I now create that resonance? What do I resonate with? You know, that means what is it that you really feel good about? And this is the easy part, because as soon as you know and identify that you do not feel as good as you can, as soon as you become aware of that, that's a really good thing. The alarm system worked. It told you that you didn't feel good, which means enter awareness, you're present, you see? And now the question becomes, how can I get up to speed with my current flow? How can I get up to speed with who I am? How can I get into that sweet spot, you know? How can I close the gap between where I am and where I want to be? And one way to do that is to just ask yourself the right questions. The right questions, what is that? Well, I won't judge. I'm not saying right question because I'm going to judge your questions here. But if you want to feel good, you have to do some good judgments about your questions. If you ask, why am I feeling horrible? Why am I feeling so bad? You may just find more reasons to feel bad. You see, if you're not looking for the root cause when you're asking what is the reason I feel bad, if you're not looking for the root cause, you may just find more reasons, and you create this delusion that becomes a reality, or you acknowledge a reality that doesn't serve you. That's why you have to be very, very specific with your questions. And they can be so specific that it's just a general question. It can be, okay, I know that I'm feeling resistance because I feel less than good. It means I am blocking that flow of beautiful emotional electricity in my body. So whatever I'm thinking isn't serving me. I can change those thoughts consciously, or I can do something easy, like ask, oh, what can I appreciate in this moment? Why is this a good thing? That is one of the most powerful questions that I've ever used. Why is this a good thing? And that question works for me because I feel that there is fundamentally something good in every situation. You see, if you look at the situation from a perspective that isn't perhaps where you are right now, maybe you're looking at it from the perspectives of other people, then you will see that there are benefits to the situation, and that's how you get the ball rolling. You understand? You start to release that resistance. You're like tightening the flow of electricity when you're feeling resistance. But if you loosen that grip a little bit and be like, okay, wait, they talk about detachment. This is detachment. Don't attach so much to the thoughts that create those emotions. Don't even attach to the emotions. Just observe them and ask questions in the direction of what you want. And that includes questions like, why is this a really good thing? Why can I appreciate this? What good can come from this? And you may even release the focus on this. You may say, okay, let's forget about this altogether. I need to take care of my own self now, because I know my thoughts are much better when I feel good. I can think clearly then. So what do I know? What do I know? Who am I? Who do I choose to be? And I'm just giving you a menu here, a buffet of questions that you may ask. But really, ask yourself, why is this a good thing? What can I appreciate here? And that will help you tremendously on your path to feeling better, releasing that resistance, and having your flow of energy.